Well, welcome everyone. My name is Cara. I am a conscious relationship separation and divorce coach specializing in conscious relating and conscious uncoupling. And I'm here today with Amanda Cremonini. I hope I pronounced that correctly, Amanda.
Well done.
Amanda, thank you. Amanda is a rapid transformational therapist, and she helps people shift through their habits and their thoughts to keep them from being, that might keep them from being their happiest, healthiest, and most confident selves. Amanda's been in this work for about 3 years, but prior to that, she had a lot of experience in this area as a personal trainer and nutritional coach, helping people move through their unhealthy habits that way. And the way that I've connected with Amanda is through my own participating as a client of hers, so gratefully so, to help me move through some of my unhealthy habit patterns as well. And it's been really profound for me. I've had a great experience with Amanda. And I'm a big believer in not just having one tool in your tool belt. I'm very holistic. And whilst, the work I do offers great transformation for my clients, I believe that, there's room for us to work with multiple facilitators to move us through our transformational journey, and there's no one-stop shop, so to speak. So I believe Amanda could be a great addition to the team of my clients. So that's why I want to bring her on here today to share a little bit more about your work, Amanda. So tell me, Amanda, tell me about you. Tell me how you got into this line of work.
Fantastic. Yeah, thanks for the invitation to be here, Cara, and to share a little bit about what I do with your clients and your audience. I really appreciate it. And it was a pleasure to work with you as well. So in terms of, like, as you said, with the fantastic intro that you did, so my background, so over the last 11 years, I have been helping mainly women, but I have had some male clients as well, just to shift their habits in a healthy and positive way. So firstly, the first 8 years was as a personal trainer and nutrition coach, as you said. I've always had an interest not only just in, health and wellness, but really my, I guess my core driver throughout my life has been creating a positive impact for other people, through whatever that looks like. So for the most recent 8 years, it was as a personal trainer and nutrition coach. And then I, similar to what you've just said, Cara, I found rapid transformational therapy through my own needs, as it often happens with people in the healing space. We dabble in it, we receive it ourselves and have a really, incredible transformation, and then want to share that gift with others. And so certainly that was my experience back in 2019 when I was still working in my fitness business. I would say, in looking back now, I was probably on the verge of either burnout or a breakdown. And what I know now is that was being driven by some unconscious beliefs and behaviours that were driving me to work really hard, try to please everybody, do all the things, be all the things for all of the people. So I came across this coach who was there to initially support me in my business, and one of her tools, as you've referred to, one of the many tools that she had, Cara, was this rapid transformational therapy, which I'd never heard of before. I had heard of hypnotherapy before, but it certainly wasn't anything that, I had thought about trying. And until, that time that I worked with this particular coach. And out of all of the different things that I tried in the personal development world over the years, it was the one thing that really, truly, shifted things for me on a deep and transformative level. And so that was really the turning point for me, not only, personally and professionally, to be able to come through that, like I say, almost breakdown experience, but to then come through that and it be, a pivotal point in my life where I'm like, this is something that I really want to share to create, an even deeper level of impact and transformation for the clients that I was working with, that would go far beyond working with them as a fitness trainer or nutrition coach. And one of the curious things that I would notice too in that role when I worked as a fitness trainer was, this thing like, I'm like, what is it about some people why, you know, you can tell them all of the things, you know, they have all of the information, they've got your support and guidance, and they, you know, they can get a result for a short period of time, and then they revert back to these old ways of being and doing. And I'm like, what is that? And of course, you know, once I had my own experience in working with the subconscious mind, you know, everything started to make sense and unlock all of that, you know, not only for me, but now for my clients.
Wow. No, thank you for sharing that. And yeah, I'm the same in terms of my experiences as well. In terms of the gifts I offer the world, has also come through my own personal experience, working with coaches, a long history in the personal development, and using all the tools. But sometimes you'll just have something that just hasn't quite shifted fully with the resources you already have. And this is where it's so valuable, and the work that you're doing. You understand that you also help people move through addictions and wounds around self-worth and the like, and confidence. Can you tell me a little bit about what makes your offering, I suppose, different to perhaps some other hypnotherapists or others in the industry?
Yeah, sure. So I guess what I think sets Rapid Transformational Therapy apart, just to look at the modality firstly, is it, you know, we go a lot deeper than in hypnotherapy. So we will actually, you know, when I'm working with a client, we'll go back to experiences in their life that will uncover what the root cause of their issue is. So say if somebody comes to me with an addictive behavior or anxiety, you know, functional depression, there's some of the types of, you know, issues that I work with clients. We will go back and find what the root cause is, you know, from way back when, you know, in their early childhood, where we pick up, you know, particular beliefs that then create, you know, particular thought patterns and behaviors and, you know, either actions or inactions that then present as the symptom of anxiety or the symptom of, you know, depression or the symptom of an addiction. So that's sort of how it shows up in its presentation. But, you know, we go back to find out, well, what's actually underneath that? What's actually causing and creating, you know, that presentation in the person's life? So, and in terms of like what I you know, uniquely offer, like I bring my own, you know, years of personal and professional experience in a variety of different, you know, sectors. So not only, you know, I like to refer to myself as a former perfectionist overachiever. So I'm bringing in, you know, those perspectives as someone who lived with high functional anxiety for most of my life up until, you know, receiving this therapy, which, you know, shifted everything for me. You know, and all of those years, 8 years, you know, in coaching clients as a personal trainer, a nutrition coach, in the last 3 years as an RTT therapist. So, you know, being able to bring, you know, your personal experiences and empathy to the clients as well is really important. So it's, you know, it's all very well to understand the tool or to be certified in the tool, but it's very different, you know, being able to come from that place of, you know, empathy.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, and I fully received that, because working with you in your space, it did feel very nurturing. It felt very calm, and you're a fantastic space holder. So yeah, I can really speak into that for you. And for me, in the work that I do, I mean, I work in the relationship sphere and coaching individuals again around some of those wounds. What I don't do, however, is I don't work with people on things like addiction or depression, or, you know, to move through things like high functioning anxiety, all of which are things that can impact your relationships.
100%.
So this is where I see you as an invaluable resource, because whilst I can work on with people to identify some of their core woundings and to start to transform that and to take actions to create lasting change. Well, one of those actions may be to reach out to you to help them work through some of these other things going on in their life, to resolve those so that they can then focus on their relationships.
100%.
So,
yeah.
can you tell me a little bit about that? So have you done much work in the relationship sphere that's what I'm trying to get at, sphere, around relationship trauma, around any of those areas, or just around worth? Can you speak a little bit into those things as well?
Yeah. So I have worked with a couple of clients specifically around the types of relationships that they're entering.
Yeah.
So clients that, are choosing, narcissistic partners, or, toxic relationships where there's, certain levels of control, whether that be, emotional, financial, physical abuse. Working with clients that have come from experiences of, sexual trauma as well as a young person, which actually that's going to impact them in their adult life, in their personal relationships. So so they are, I guess there's some examples of clients that I've worked with specifically around the areas of relationships, but you also mentioned, some of those other issues that I work with. 100% they are going to impact on the person's relationship, all their relationships, whether that be their, intimate relationship, family relationship, with friends, in the workplace. When we have those, when we're dealing with those things within ourselves, it's naturally going to have an impact on our relationship, with our loved ones. So the work that I do, whilst, I'm working with the client, often the experience is that it has that ripple effect out into, everyone that is connected to them. And certainly, speaking from my own personal experience as well, like people that are close to me, have said how different I am now. And so, once you create that sort of change within you, it shifts your energy and how you show up, how you, your levels of relaxation, stress management, how you communicate with people in a positive way, or negative way.
Yeah.
So, all of those aspects, it can really ripple out in a positive way out into your relationships. And then also, I guess, on the other spectrum, in terms of the clients that you deal with, Cara, with, helping clients through that uncoupling of their relationship, I can also provide support, to people around that, at that, during that transition phase out of their relationship, because, there can be a lot of, emotional trauma that goes with that. There can be the experience of grief, grieving all of the loss, the loss of the relationship and all of the things that came with that. So, I can support clients through that part of the journey.
Absolutely. And that grief can be quite debilitating for many people. I mean, some people are completely bedridden and not really functional. And certainly to be able to do the work that I do with individuals in the coaching and relationship coaching, and really that reflective transformational work, the individuals need to have a certain level of, healthy functioning to engage that work as well. So again, like there is definitely a value in that, hypnotherapy kind of work to get the people in a space where they might be ready to then do the deeper self-reflective work, which is, it's hard yakka, I'm not going to lie. It's hard work, it's intense, and it's heavy, and you move through a lot of emotions, and you need to have a certain level of healthy mental and emotional functioning to do that work. So I think what you have to offer there is really incredible, and we're an incredible support for individuals who are moving through, whether it's moving through an actual separation, or they're getting ready to separate, or even if they've been single for a while, like you're saying, they're attracting those same relationships because of that deep embedded trauma. And sometimes that might be sexual trauma, or it could just be general childhood trauma that leads to attract those really toxic, nasty, kind of murky relationships that are just, nobody wants to stay in that side.
No, that's right.
So yes, so thank you for speaking to that. I really appreciate it. As I said, I do love your work, and I'm a big supporter, and I might be back to work with you again in future. We'll see how we go, but things are moving well. And I'd love to know how people can reach out to you and get in contact with you. Can you tell me how people might better reach out to you?
Yeah, sure. Thanks so much. So, so I work with clients either in person in Eaton's Hill, Queensland, or online. So I've worked with a number of people all around Australia, just, you know, via the power of Zoom, which makes it really convenient. We don't need to be in the room physically in order for the session to be really effective. And in terms of making contact, people can either reach out via social media. So they'll find me at, so it's SHM for Smiling Hearts and Minds Hypnotherapy. So that is the social media handle for my business on Instagram and Facebook. And the website is the same. So shmhypnotherapy.com.au in the most convenient channels.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'll also put those details on my webpage underneath this beautiful video and on my YouTube, so that will be available there for anyone who wanting to reach out to you. And yeah, I'd just like to really thank you, Amanda, for giving me your time today and sharing that with me. I'm so excited to, you know, be connected with you and be working together on this journey and helping people.
It's been my absolute pleasure, and thanks so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a beautiful day, Amanda.
Thank you too.
Yeah.